revolution will not be televised.
What's up? It is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render, and I'm encouraging you to listen to more, not less of Truth Time with Dr. Cornel West and Senator Nina Turner on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
You know, one time Shannon told me that if I treated him the way I treated our sons, who were 3 and 4 at the time, that we would not have half the issues that we had. And I'm going to tell you what I told him. I said verbatim, you're a whole grown ass man, and I'm not treating you the way that I treat them. Well, 8 years later, I understood why he said what he said. I understood what he meant. See, I was creating a very secure and safe environment for them. I was encouraging them when they had a hard day. No matter how many times they cried, I was right there to wipe their tears, to coddle their fears, to listen to their heart, no matter what they were saying, even if they didn't have the words to express. I would do my best to give them the words. I would model respect, affection, and tenderness. I continue to be emotionally available no matter how draining, and as a parent, you know it can be draining, especially when you have multiple kids. But I displayed patience. And even when I was frustrated and I didn't, I had no problem going back and being thoughtful about my actions and apologizing to them and letting them know, Mommy is sorry. I should not have yelled at you. I should not have ignored you. I should have paid more attention to you. And listen, even when they were teenagers and they shut down, because now the world is in their ear, I would remind them of their value. I wouldn't just throw my hands up and be like, oh, they're shutting down. They're not talking to me anymore. They're not letting me love on them anymore. I didn't do that. And one day the Holy Spirit said to me, Shirley, that's called nurture. Why wouldn't you want Shannon to have the same experience that your boys had? And listen, I tried to buck back a little, but then the Holy Spirit chin checked me, right? And was like, okay, let me ask you something. This for real. The Holy Spirit said, when your boys get 18, and they leave your house, how are you going to treat them then? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to treat them the same. They're going to be my babies. They could be 100 years old. If I'm alive, they my babies. That's never going to stop. I'm going to love on them as much as they'll allow me. I'm going to hug them. I'm going to kiss them. I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to pour into them even more. And the Holy Spirit was like, okay. So when they leave your house, the safety and the security that you created, the one that you said you want them to still have, and they go to another woman, their wife, do you expect her to give them what you gave them? To pick up the mantle where you left off? And I said, absolutely, I sure do. The Holy Spirit said to me, Shannon is somebody's son. So if your sons deserve for their wife to do what you did as their mother, then why wouldn't you pass that on to your husband?
Shirley from Marriage Inc. say, don't have conditional love for your husband and unconditional love for the children y'all created. Oh, Lord, the Holy Ghost had a hold of her. How many men have experienced what Shannon experienced? A different love from your wife. A nurturing, kind, caring love, right? Being displayed and paraded in front of you. She's going to love your babies, the boys. She's going to love them boys unconditionally. She's going to nurture unconditionally, but maybe you didn't get it. My question is, if you didn't get that from your wife or your mother or whomever, did you go out and create the counterpart to the sister circle? Did you go out and create a toxic Mr. circle, a brotherhood of disgruntled men who couldn't control the situation the way they wanted it to be controlled, who didn't get the outcomes they wanted, who didn't heal themselves, obviously, no individuation, and had toxic experiences with women and are bitter about it and sit around and put women down and tear. Yes, there's a toxic sister circle too, but one that doesn't get talked about much is the toxic Mr. Circle. Tonight's topic, the traumatic Mr. Circles versus the healed Mr. Circles. Brotherhood or baggage. Decoding the invisible contracts of traumatic and healed Mr. Circles. Brothers who get together and talk that talk about what they've been through. Is it healthy for us to do it with men who are not individuated? Ooh, Lord. What if your brotherhood is your trauma ritualized? In traumatic Mr. Circles versus healed Mr. Circles, we expose male friendship as a socially sanctioned exile from selfhood. Where camaraderie is often the choreography of unprocessed grief, and silence is not sacred but strategic. These circles don't bond men, they bind us. Ooh. They punish growth as betrayal, mistake loyalty for trauma reenactment, and recycle pain as performance. Healing will rupture this contract. In healed circles, presence replaces performance. Grief becomes initiation, and truth, not tribe, is the currency. This work will dismantle the illusion that male friendship is inherently redemptive. It isn't, unless it liberates the inner child, honors emotional sovereignty, and chooses evolution over endurance. Men, you know what that word endurance means. That isn't a brotherhood. 1-800-920-1580. Are you a part of a toxic Mr. Circle? Is it time for you to unpack the baggage? I want to know what you guys think about tonight's topic, the brotherhood betrayal, when loyalty becomes a survival strategy. Oh, my goodness. Here's your psychological insight. Men often conflate loyalty with safety, unconsciously reenacting childhood attachment trauma by remaining in emotionally oppressive friendships. Yeah, and they do it in their Mr. circles too, their toxic brotherhood circles. Come on, y'all. I want to hear from the brothers today. I know brothers are going to say, no, we don't. So I want to hear if the brothers are going to step up and speak on it. Huh? Philosophical insight. Kierkegaard's despair of the self applies that men hide behind group alliance and allegiance to avoid confronting the terror of their unclaimed individuality. I know men don't want me to talk about it. Brothers, where y'all at? Y'all gonna talk about it? Are there not toxic Mr. Circles? Huh? Brother Truemonger says, that's why I walk alone. I hear you, True. I hear you. Here's your clinical empirical insight. Studies link male peer conformity with increased depression and delayed emotional development. I'm calling you out purposely, brothers. Let me say it again. Your clinical/empirical insight. Studies link male peer conformity with increased depression and delayed emotional development, according to the APA 2021. Spiritual insight. Remaining in a trauma-bonded Mr. Circle is karmically identical to spiritual stagnation, right? Fidelity to false brotherhood blocks your soul evolution. Have you ever been friends with a hater, brother? You grew up with him. He's always hated on you. He was always insecure about your gifts, and he always compared himself to you. He didn't like the way the women, you know how you say that little snide remark, that little, why she like you though? It's only because you light skinned. It's only because you got green eyes. I want to know. I've seen it. Come on. I'm asking y'all. You know, she only like you because you got money. Huh? I'm asking a question. I just want to know, y'all. Have you ever experienced it? Have you been, and you stayed friends? You stayed friends with the brother, right? Masculinity versus masquerade. Are Mr. Circles just costumes for the wounded? Performative masculinity is often a trauma response. Humor, bravado, and stoicism conceal profound emotional dysregulation. You want that piece one more time? 1-800-920-1580. Listen. Imagine a woman having to date a man that hasn't dealt with himself in that way. He's going to perform. She's going to be surprised and shocked when he reveals the truth of who he actually... See, if I'm talking to real men tonight, real men are what they say women are not. accountable. Real men don't have a problem standing in the crucible of fire and saying, yeah, I struggle with that. Yeah, I dealt with that. Yeah, I'm still working on that. Yeah, I'm trying to overcome that. That's real manhood. A man who is chronologically grown, but psychologically, right, repressed, psychologically young, as Dr. Orion Taraban says, the average person walking around is psychologically in age, they're around 8 to 12 years old. I'm asking the brothers, have you experienced it? Are you still living it? Are you working through it? Tonight's the night. 1-800-920-1580. Performative masculinity is often a trauma response. Humor, bravado, and stoicism conceal profound emotional dysregulation. Your philosophical insight, Folcutt's theories of surveillance applies. Mr. Circles often become emotional. I see. We getting callers. I love it. 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 They become these emotional prisons, right? These emotional training grounds that enforce masculine orthodoxy. Yeah. Mr. Circles. Your clinical insight. Emotional suppression in men has been linked to higher cortisol levels, heart disease, and suicide risk. That's according to the NIMH. The year is 2022. Spiritual insight. In mystical traditions, the mask. Well, that isn't mystical. That's Carl Jung. The mask, the persona, must be shed before one encounters the self. True brotherhood begins, I don't know if y'all want to hear this bomb. True brotherhood begins post-performance. How many of us out here are performing manhood? Oh, I know you didn't want me to say that, brothers. How many brothers are out here acting like men? You're not a man yet. You haven't defeated yourself in any psychological capacity whatsoever. So all you got is the performance of manhood. What society said a man was. But you haven't defeated you. I'm calling you to the floor tonight. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, the voice of reason begins this crucible.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You ready?
Somebody make some noise in this joint.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates its 4th anniversary this year on Juneteenth.
Here we go again. Holla.
Hard to believe 4 years has gone by so fast.
Oh my God.
But here we are, still standing, still loving and serving our people as best we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To celebrate our 4th anniversary, we have 4 big events, and you're invited to all of them.
She got a lot to say. Let's do this.
Let's get it on.
On Wednesday, June 18th, we go live on C-SPAN for the 2nd consecutive year with our Climate Justice plus Black Health Symposium. Tavis Smiley will moderate an all-star panel of thinkers and influencers as we continue our vitally important climate justice work.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, talk about.
On Thursday, June 19th, you're invited to join us as we celebrate Juneteenth and our 4th anniversary. There'll be plenty of food, fun, great music, good vibes, and all of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts will be there.
Yeah,
Flip the beat.
On Saturday, June 21st, there are two big events you're invited to attend.
I can't wait to hear it.
This year, KBLA Talk 1580 continues its annual partnership with the Empowerment Congress for a community celebration and dialogue to educate, engage, and empower. This year's theme is resilience in the face of chaos.
Can't wait to see what's up next.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
And new this year is our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium, moderated by Dominique DePrima, with a luncheon to follow. Dominique will be leading a dialogue with some of the most impactful Black women leaders in Los Angeles, and you're invited to join.
This is it.
All of these events are free, but seating is limited, so you must register in advance at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can find all the details you need about each event.
Check it out.
It's our 4th anniversary, and we would love to celebrate it with you.
I love you guys so much. There's nothing you can do about it.
We're KBLA Talk 1580.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
Thank you for having our black.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
West Side, bad boy. You know who the realest is. We bring it to First off, in the click you claim. West Side, when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I your wife. We bust on bad boys for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak. Hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some more. We keep on coming while we running for your jewels. Steady, keep on busting at them fools. You know the rules. Little Caesar, go ask your homie how I leave you. Cut your young ass up, leave you in pieces. Now be deceased. Lil' Kim, don't around with real cheese. Quick to snatch your ugly ass off the streets. So peace. I let them know it's on for life. Don't let the West Side ride the night. Bad boy, get your caps peeled. You know, see, grab your when you see Tupac. Call the cops when you see Tupac. Who shot me, but your pumps didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace.
Why do men get so offended when women that they did not do right by and had no intentions of doing right by decides to school one of their homeboys? I want to know, how long should I wait to spring it on him that I want to spring
with the homie? Okay.
I love his friend.
Surprise! All right.
I want to his friend. Yeah, I want to know. How long do I have to wait?
I have no problem with her. I don't expect anything else from a woman.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I don't expect anything else from a woman. They be acting like me. They be doing dumb shit and act like they ain't know what they were doing. That falls. There are rules set in place.
Does this happen? Yeah. And are men hurt by that kind of activity? Sure. And do some men retreat to the homies, to the brothers, to complain, to maybe to vent? I've heard it said this way. Women have sister circles so that they can vent, so that they can process. I've heard that men don't really have supportive circles to come together and say what they need to say. But just like with a toxic sister circle, if you are talking to people who have not individuated, who have not started the process of healing, who have not tried to win some internal battles within themselves, irrespective of gender, you're going to be feeding this venting, right? You're going to be venting into a toxic feedback loop. You're going to be talking to people who are toxic. Ladies, you know this. You have friends in your toxic sister circle who wants to be with your dude. But y'all still go have brunch and take Instagram pictures. Listen, brothers, and I'm not saying these are all sisters. I'm saying this happens. This is not a fleeting occurrence, right? That brother who killed Nipsey Hussle, they knew each other. It's always somebody in the loop, right? How do men put together, right, Mr. Circles, where brothers come together to build, to heal, and to kill the shadow within the entire group? Do we have those places? Are they only at church? Are they only on the therapist couch? Where do we go to cultivate? The voice of reason is one place. Tell you that, 1-800-920-1580. Unhealed men. Unspoken contracts. The invisible rules that govern toxic camaraderie. I'm not talking about healthy camaraderie, brothers. I'm not saying healthy camaraderie doesn't exist amongst brothers. I'm not speaking in absolutes, people. Some banal. But look at the world we live in. Right? Senator Alex Padilla just accosted by federal agents for asking questions. We're in a traumatic time, in a toxic environment. I've been saying it forever. Krishnamurti, what did he say? It is no measure of health to be fully integrated into a toxic society. Well, there you have it. It's going down in real time. Right? What's driving Instagram? Trauma porn. What's trauma porn? Oh, this guy walking down the street, he asks a little girl for her phone number. She says no. He hits her in the head with a skateboard. And it's got 1 million views. We're addicted to trauma. We're addicted to dysfunction. And you trying to tell me, brothers, your brotherhood circle is not as toxic as the toxic sister circle? When I come forward, I feel like I've triggered some folk. The phone lines are cracking. Let's go.
And let me hit him in his back. Frank White need to get spanked right for setting traps. Little accident murderers, and I ain't never heard of ya. Poisonous cats attack when I'm serving ya. Spank and shake your whole style when I gank. Guard your rank, cause I'ma slam your ass in the paint. Puffy weaker than the block I'm running. And I smoke it,
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is urging residents to resist Trump-era immigration enforcement, calling it a necessary fight.
I am counting on all of Chicago to resist in this moment, because whatever particular vulnerable group is being targeted today, another group will be next.
His comments come as the city prepares for possible federal immigration raids, though he did not say how the city will respond if protests escalate. Prosecutors in the Sean Diddy Combs sex crimes trial say they may rest their case by next Friday. They're also questioning a juror's honesty about being fair, but the defense says it's an attempt to remove a black juror. And a public viewing for former Congressman Charles Rangel is today at City Hall in New York City. The Harlem icon died May 26 at 94. He served 46 years, co-founded the Congressional Black Caucus, and was the first black chair of the Ways and Means Committee. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Is your concrete cracking? Is your uneven walkway dangerous? Do you need to level that concrete porch or patio? Contact Groundworks, the concrete lifting experts. Riverside, get your free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com.
The revolution will not be televised.
What's up? It is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render, and I'm encouraging you to listen to more, not less of Truth Time with Dr. Cornel West and Senator Nina Turner on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, it's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Are you tired of stains stealing your shine? California Cleaners is where you go to rescue your wardrobe. They don't just clean, they elevate. Hand washing, crisp laundry, and precise alterations, all while keeping your wallet happy. Listen, all you gotta do is connect with them in the beautiful city of Inglewood. Whether it's grass-stained jeans, silk that's seen better days, or a hemline emergency before date night, you're on deck with California Cleaners, located at 1326 North La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
New Always Pocket Flex Foam will change the way you think about pads. Get full-size protection in a surprisingly tiny pack that fits right in your purse or pocket. Perfect for life on the go. With up to 0 leaks, 0 feel, and 0 bunching, you'll forget you're even wearing a pad. And Always Pocket Flex Foam is designed to adapt to your body, so you can move freely and confidently throughout your day. Experience the future of period protection with new Always Pocket Flex Foam. Pick up your pack today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
What's up? It's your time. Hey, yo, I know you ain't talking about me, dog. You? Yeah. What? What's up? Been on my You love my style. You not the crazy. Mess with your soul like ether. Teach you the king, you know you. Godson across the belly. I prove you lost already. Brace yourself for the main event. Y'all impatiently waiting. It's like an AIDS test. What's the results? Not positive. Who's the best? Pac, Nas, and Big. Ain't no best. East, west, north, south, flossed out greetings. I embrace y'all with napalm. Blows up, no guts. Left chest, face gone. How can Nas be garbage? At your cottage, at the side of your dome, come out of my throne. I got this lock since 9-1. I am the truest. Name a rapper that I ain't influenced. Gave y'all chapters, but now I keep my eyes on the Judas. With Hawaiian Sophie fame, kept my name in his music. Check it, mess with your soul like ether. Teach you the king, you know you. Godson across the belly. I prove you lost already. Yo, pass me the L, let me put my ass out on these little dudes. All y'all little girls kneel down, kiss the ring. Mess with your soul like ether. Teach you the king, you know you. Godson across the belly. I prove you lost already.
So I found this video on YouTube on a response of a video I made with me having a desire to want to be a husband and a father.
34, I have no children, I'm not married, and I'll be 35 in May. And the older I get, the further away I feel I am from being a husband and a father. And not because I can't have kids, but because when I was younger, I realized I was gay.
It's so crazy how you sit there and you be vulnerable and talk about something like wanting to be a husband, wanting to be a father. And a lot of men don't even talk about things like that. You usually see women speak on their desires of wanting to be mothers, especially as they age. But for me, it was something that was important because it's something that I do love to have one day in my life. But it's kind of crazy how you can speak on one of these things and the first thing somebody says is that, oh, he must like men. Like, what does that have to do with a man's wants of wanting to be a father and a husband? Me, I don't just want a wife. Me, I just don't want kids. Like, I want to be the representation of everything I hope to receive. And that takes time, that takes effort, and it takes intention. Yes, I can have a child by next year. Yes, I can get married.
Hey, listen, she calls you sassy because you're unhealed. She calls you zesty, moist, because you're unhealed. Listen, she will disrespect you because she got the template for how to do it from you. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, right? A whole little circle of men mad at mama, who was the first woman that ever loved them, kinda. Ooh, the kinda love from mama. Mama wasn't fully emotionally attuned, so she kinda loved you. Oh, I know y'all don't want to hear that, but I'm here to speak the truth to you tonight. You understand? You should be able to walk away from a woman who is unhealed, right? Listen to what I'm about to say to you. If you got into a relationship with a woman that's unhealed and she did something that was disingenuous, that lacked integrity, you should be able to walk away. You should. Many of us can't. You know why? Because many of us haven't dealt with internal demons. So when she does something foul to us, as was illustrated by the clip we played earlier, that is an opportunity to act out. Am I lying, men? We got full lines. I'm going to get everybody in here because we need to talk about this. Unhealed men, unspoken contracts, the invisible rule that govern toxic camaraderie. Your psychological insight. Unspoken group rules, emotional muting, joking about pain, form implicit trauma contracts that punish individuation. Oh, it ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got bags, you know what I mean? She ain't really do nothing. Y'all listening? That joke about pain, emotional muting. Many of us have been conditioned to do this, brothers. Tell me I'm lying. Right? That retards our ability to individuate. Individuation, really quickly. The shadow is merged with the mask. Carl Jung's mask. Mask means persona. This is your performance. You're acting like a man. You haven't become a man because you haven't won a self-war. Do you understand? Just one battle. One battle with yourself. That starts the process of individuation. Right? We boss up in the world. We don't boss up in spirit. We use the world to escape from bossing up in spirit, Attila. Thank you for that word. It's easy to boss up in the world because the world is based on systems. Learn systems, you can maneuver. Oh, but spirit don't have a system. You just have to be able to observe without absorbing. You have to be able to sit without judgment. You have to be able to look at yourself with empathy without condemnation. Men don't know how to do that because we're conditioned to suppress emotions, right? Whatever we suppress within ourselves at a particular time, and of course, this isn't an absolute. This is a generality. But for many men, at a particular time when we can't handle it anymore, whatever we suppress, we will express through conflict in relationships, whether with our brothers or with our lovers. 1-800-920-1580. Philosophical insight. Plato's cave allegory applies here. Leaving a Mr. Circle is seen as a betrayal because it threatens the group's shared shadow. Yeah, Carl Jung talked about a social shadow. Sisters, y'all got a social shadow too. Leaving a Mr. Circle is seen as a betrayal because it threatens the group's shared shadow. Your clinical and empirical insights on this. Group therapy studies show trauma bonds form around shared avoidance, not healing, reinforcing maladaptive norms. Shadow work reveals that unexamined brotherhood connections are often a sanctuary for disassociated wounds, not divine connection. Brothers, we really should be building each other up from a psychological space, not just from a success space, not just from a we made it to this level of life space, but from a spiritual space, from a bi-directional mentorship space. Brothers, we got a lot of negative things to say about sisters. But is it coming from unrequited childhood wounds? Did your unhealed wounds attract somebody who is perfectly designed to hurt you? Oh, my goodness. 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going straight to the phone lines. We're going to we got Mountain View, Hawaii, Dallas, Texas, Oakland, California, Denver, Colorado. We lit. When I come forward, we going to the Big Island.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise, got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with the touch of repossessed my...
When we talk about real men, one of the most challenging things that men are facing is that the male is struggling with something he doesn't even understand. And when a man is confused, everybody is confused. So I want to talk about why males suffer identity crisis. It has to do with not understanding their gift. Every human came to earth with a gift, and they must discover that gift and refine that gift for them to be fulfilled. When a male especially is struggling with who he was born to be, what his gift is, it affects the woman. So I'm talking about understanding true manhood. Please write this statement down. You were born a male, but you must become a man. Being male or female is a biological reality. You didn't choose that. But whether you become a woman or a man is a choice. But it's connected to some critical issues. And that leads me to point number 2. Write this down. What is manhood? The average male is struggling with this question. What does it mean to be a man, a real man? What is real manhood? Another question that we struggle with as men is, what makes a male a man? What actually makes him a man? And why is manhood important to a woman? You know, when men don't know who they are, women are in trouble. Manhood is not defined by the roles that you've performed. The key to a man's manhood is his work. Everybody say work.
Work.
The key to man's manhood is his work. Man's work defines him. Let me say something about work. If a man is not happy with his work, he won't be happy with his home. Work is more important to a man than woman.
Come on, man. Reverend Miles Monroe. He always cooked for me. I loved him. The only thing I would change is inner work, not just regular work, because I feel like he was touching on something very big, very powerful, very profound when he was talking about the key to manhood is not just found in the gender role, in the gender assignment in terms of how society says this is how a man is supposed to be. And I think many men will lean on that because that's not a psycho-spiritual job. That's not a psycho-spiritual assignment. That is a societal assignment. Go get a job, get a woman, take care of her, protect her. You know, that's a societal assignment. On the spirit side, what makes a man truly an individuated whole man with a grown-up inner child is the work that is done internally. Now, society says you don't have time for that because the bill cycle is every 30 days. 31 if you're lucky. Sometimes it's every 28 days. The bill cycle is always there. And there are no excuses for men. Hey, a man, you a whole man is the new term now, right? You a whole man. I'm not going to Applebee's. I'm not going to Fridays. I'm worth more than that. Do you see? Spiritual work. Right? When he said that when a man is confused, everybody's confused. It's true. Again, the woman allows a man into her. When a man is going into a woman, he is downloading either the seeds of peace or the seeds of chaos. She's going to incubate whatever you download into her spiritually. Do you understand? It's not sex. I need you to hear it. That's Dr. Miles Monroe. Yes, he's on complete fire. I love his work. We got callers on the line, though. We've got callers on the line. The lines are full. Let's get my brother in here. John, Paso John, Mountain View, Hawaii. Man, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my brother? Let me get out your way.
Sir, greetings and blessings, chat. Blessings to all within the sound of my voice. And you're still trying to push that topic where we're not supposed to have a subject, right?
What do you mean?
This topic not only provokes the two eyes that you see everything outside on, and you basically project on the inside of you for it to be you. instead of the one vision you're supposed to have with yourself internally, directing everything outside of you.
I'm still not 100% clear on where you're coming from. To go deeper, I'm with you.
Again, everything that's outside of us is supposed to be projecting everything that we do as men.
Mm-hmm.
The confusion.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Everybody's voice, everybody's tactics, everybody's vile sense of what purpose is for man.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to see it with both of your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I stated this earlier and the reason why I also took the fast had something to do with this subject.
Keep going.
Because I had to go into the deeper elements of who I was.
Uh-huh.
I had to get back to the source who reminds me of his expected end and his plans for me.
Uh-huh.
So that I can continue this journey, not at your focus, but mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's always that. That's what Krishnamurti says.
It's always.
Yeah.
Always that, but at the same time, once again, we stand here on this planet being encouraged, influenced, enabled, and pushed by every voice.
Mm-hmm.
But the spiritual one and the one that we agree with.
But again, I think, and let me just say this. If we're not going to be totally honest about the work, let me come back and really reframe the Krishnamurti quote. Krishnamurti, he made it very simple in all of his talks. He said, either we're doing this together or we're not doing it at all. He said, the speaker is not important. What does that have to do with the voice of reason? I take the same angle. Zoe is not important. Zoe's functionality is to ask the difficult question that people avoid. Zoe's job is to present topics that people don't really want to talk about. If we sit back and we observe ourselves and we observe others, we know people go into relationship purposely blinded so they don't see what it is that they need to work on within themselves. They really want relationship to be an escape pod from the truth of themselves. Well, this show is designed to strip your ass naked. That's what it's designed for. And if it makes you uncomfortable, I'm doing my job. That's the purpose. Does that make sense, John?
It totally makes sense. Again, for the fast that had to take place for me to get my focus back.
Yes.
Again, I'm not trying to take the dictates of everything outside of me to continually have me on the lost path in a danger zone or an impact area to be shot at.
Right. No, I get that. This is that Joseph Lineberg, turn the lights off, turn on Joseph, put on a few candles, and really just get into this mindful space where you can actually decompress and look at some things without judging, without condemning, without categorizing. Wait, stay right there. Don't go. Don't leave. Stay right there. I got you. When we come forward, we're going to talk to our brother John because I love it when he calls in.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is urging residents to resist Trump-era immigration enforcement, calling it a necessary fight.
I am counting on all of Chicago to resist in this moment, because whatever particular vulnerable group is being targeted today, another group will be next.
His comments come as the city prepares for possible federal immigration